Most people are trapped in a massive cognitive illusion. They believe that sincerity means laying everything bare. They believe that the more clearly they explain themselves, the more others will understand their difficulties. This is completely wrong. In the unspoken rules of adult social interaction, explanation itself is a low-power energy posture. Think about it. When you desperately explain the causes and background to your boss, your partner, or your client, wasn't your heart filled with fear? Fear of being misunderstood, fear of being abandoned, fear of conflict. This survival instinct written all over your face exposes one brutal truth. You not only lack confidence, you also lack control over the situation. In psychology, there is a cruel truth called the distribution of power. Whoever explains is the weaker one. Whoever listens and judges holds the power. Look at the people around you who move through life effortlessly. Even the so-called ruthless ones. They never speak too clearly. This is not because they lack communication skills, but because ambiguity is a form of protection. When a person always leaves room in their words, when their logic is not fully closed, when they carry a trace of meaning that is hard to pin down, the instinctive reaction of others is not contempt. It is caution and speculation. And that speculation silently raises your perceived value, making others hesitant to strike at you. Now look at the nice people. To prove they did nothing wrong, they pour out every detail of the process, every inner thought, dumping it all on the other person like taking out the trash. And what happens? You hand the other party countless logical weak points to attack. You place your soft underbelly directly into their hands. You wanted empathy. What you got instead was contempt and manipulation. Because deep down, human nature is brutally simple. People bully the weak and fear the strong. A shallow puddle gets trampled at will. A bottomless abyss makes people detour or kneel in awe. To break free from a life where you are constantly manipulated, you must start today. Like performing surgery. Cutting away your survival reflexes and implanting 3 real laws of survival. First, quit causal explanations. Others only deserve your result, not your reasons. Do not say, because of traffic, because of the rain, because my alarm didn't go off. Just say, I'm late, how do we fix it? I'll follow your direction. The moment you cut off the causal chain, you cut off their right to judge your lifestyle. Only the professional interface remains. This is called physical isolation. Second, learn reverse temperature control. When someone tries to probe your boundaries or your privacy, don't foolishly answer honestly. Kick the ball back with a question. Why do you ask? Or smile. Stay silent for 3 seconds. Then change the topic. Silence and counter questions are the strongest shields for disrupting another person's attack rhythm. Third, build unpredictability. Do not let your emotions and intentions become a weather forecast. When praise doesn't make you euphoric, when criticism doesn't make you explode, when you respond to sudden crises with a counterintuitive calm, you create a massive psychological black box. And that black box is the hardest armor you can wear in this brutal world. Of course, learning how not to speak plainly is only the first step. How do you maintain mystery while still achieving precise outcomes, building influence, and even reversing the situation in adversity? That requires a more refined, systematic underlying logic. This is exactly why the human evolution theory knowledge base exists. It does not teach you to become cold-blooded. It gives you 50 battle-tested cognitive weapons to remove the mental shackles that make you weak and rebuild an airtight survival system. Click subscribe to follow more. Once you possess this system, you will realize that the world is no longer something you need to please. It is something you can calmly dismantle. Always remember, the abyss is terrifying because you cannot see its bottom. The strong are awe-inspiring because you cannot see their hearts.